Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whichever placement you're wanting to look at. And if you're not familiar with your planetary placements, there is a link in the description down below to go and get yourself a free birth chart. You just need your date obviously, but time and place of birth as well. So being a general reading rules apply. Roles can get reversed sometimes if someone else turns up in the reading, because I will see the energy and not always the person. Doesn't happen a lot, but it can happen. Timing is far from absolute. And bear in mind that these readings this month are being done under the shadow of the recent lunar eclipse readings that I've been doing, because that lunar eclipse energy can last a whole duration of 3 months. Although I would say between now and Christmas more than likely, because we've got the Saturn-Pluto conjunction coming up as well. But they're useful for whenever you're led to them. What I would like you to do is ask a question prior to the reading. So take a moment, think about all the questions that are around you at the moment and focus on one of them. But be aware of all of them, because the cards will answer whatever they please and not necessarily what you and I think of them, you know, the highest priority. Yeah, there's a past and a present in this spread. So if the past and the present don't fit, don't try and make them fit. Go and watch your rising sign and your moon sign, but your rising sign first. So again, another good reason for that, getting yourself a birth chart. Also down in the description is a link to the lunar eclipse playlist, so that you can then go into that and have a look at your sun or moon or rising readings out of that. Plus there's a collective reading and a discussion of the astrology of the lunar eclipse. And also, just to finish up the housekeeping bit, there's a link to the Facebook page for this group, that when Facebook lets me post videos and carries the thumbnail through, I post these videos obviously, but I also tend to post the astrology weather forecast type videos that I watch. So, you know, it's my idea is try and make it a bit of a one-stop shop. That's it really. So I might as well bring the cards up. Obviously, as a YouTuber, if you like the video, please press like. Feel free to subscribe. Definitely feel free to subscribe. You know, I'm still looking towards my 1,000 subscribers, and it is there in the distance now. You know, I'm the right side of 500. So, you know, another year. Right, let me bring the cards up. So Taurus, the first thing I'm seeing you're doing at the moment is you're assigning value to your activities, because your activities here seem to have been on a go slow, for want of a better word, recently. It's almost like things that you have been wanting to rely on haven't matured, haven't come around. There's been a point of feeling like, oh, I needed that, I wanted that to happen, I needed that. And there's been some good things happening, but there's also some absence of the good things that you had wanted to happening, if that makes sense. So there has been some good things, but they weren't the good things that you were planning for. The good things that you were planning for don't seem to have come around. And so you're working really hard at the moment, but you like, why am I doing this? Is there really a value in what I'm doing? Because you're surging ahead with what you're doing, but you're also, I feel like you're just a tiny bit distracted at the same time. You know, I'm going this way, but I'm going this way. What's going on over there? I'm still heading this way. Do you know what I mean? There's some form of distraction going on. Now, we have, out of all of the various oracle cards that I've got here, Angels de la Muerte, Muerte. Oh, I've probably butchered that word, but anyway, Angels of Death. And what this signifies is great change coming, just like the Death card in the tarot, but also divinely guided change. So if you're finding that what you were initially planning on doing and what you have been working towards is not quite maturing, that's because you are being asked to change. It's not that what you were doing was wrong. What you were doing has set you on this new path of what you're going to do now. And I think that there's going to be a lot of crossover between the two. And you feel like your efforts, if you was to adopt this extra role, extra project, new direction, that your efforts will end up being fragmented. And yes, but no, because I feel that this slight change of direction means everything that you've done so far does not go to waste. Anything that needs further attention can be left to return to later, or can be used in this new direction, because there's a lot of support for you. We have the Angel of Power, so the power of divine love protects and enfolds me. But more importantly, I'm getting that impression of power, of like engines, of like pushing you forward, just like this Ace of Suns. I'm using the Lost Tarot of Nostradamus. This Ace of Suns, there is that general pushing force which has been very reliant upon some chance happenings that have occurred recently, and you're still feeling the ramifications of those, but you're in a creative time. We have Leliel, the Angel of Night, and I always compare her to the goddess Nyx, as in the darkness of the void, or the pregnant void, the darkness where creation can occur. You know, the place before the words "let there be light" were uttered. So yes, the void, but a tremendous amount of creative energy, potential energy, and that's what is surrounding you at the moment. And as I say, I normally compare Leliel here to Nyx, but from the Mausolea, we actually, let me make that so that you can see the cards a little bit better. There you go. From the Mausolea here, we actually have Nyx making an appearance, so that I'm rather taking that as a double whammy. But what Nyx in this particular deck represents is a knowledge that, remember, not all things that appear bad are necessarily against your interests, which I think harmonizes nicely with this, well, suspension tank, but it's basically the hangman. This is a steampunk tarot, which one published by Tuttle. Beautiful cards, absolutely beautiful cards. But yeah, let's have a look what's underlying your situation at the moment, because yeah, there's that element of defensiveness. There's a tremendous amount of caution. I like to think of the Seven of Wands of coming to meet your peers, but this Seven of Engines is not quite that. It is presiding over a control room in a massive hangar, but that hangar is dominated by some Grecian goddess or another statue. So with the Four of Stars here, that's beautiful. Things have been deliberately slowed down for you so that you can really get the information to come in to grab hold of this new beginning, the Fool. I think he appeared in exactly the same position for the Aries reading as well. So yeah, you've got new beginning energy, but it's not that new. As in, it's only a slight deviation from the path that you was already on and that you're already working on, that you was hurtling towards at a great speed, feeling really quite how can I put it, that what you were doing had value, that there was happiness here. And now I think you're going back and going, where is this happiness that I was searching for? But maybe it's just a matter of too many expectations going on, because you've started a process and now spirit or the divine or the world or COVID or the economy or whatever, some power bigger than you has gone and, from your point of view, put a spoke in your wheels. But I do rather think that this is to your advantage, to your benefit in the long run. It's just not going to feel like it right now. But this... there is a sense of other people in there. I was going to say other people interfering, but that's not quite fair, because these other people seem to be praising your wares, you know, actually giving you a cause of feeling good. I'm not going to say a cause of celebration with all these other cards that are around it, but giving you a cause to feel good. But I think that maybe you are stressing a bit too much and not allowing the rebirth. 9 of stars here, so 9 of swords, but 9 of stars, there's that wisdom coming in, there's that rebirth coming from the information that you are gaining, stars representing information, or swords for that matter. But it's also you're having so much fears because of where you've been working so hard and theoretically getting nowhere. But as I say, there is a new beginning being summoned for you here. And it doesn't feel like it's that new. It's something that you need to nurture, but you will find that you will soon have the cue, the cue on to how to when to progress forward, not how, when. You know how already. The world has been showing you, because you've been doing this one thing and the world's started going, yeah, you just need to move to the right a bit, or move to the left a bit, or, you know, just alter your trajectory, just slightly adapt. And that's there was I think that's what that Nyx card is saying, that you need to adapt to the changing circumstances. And that is certainly what we've got from the House of Night with the High Priestess of Water. Change has come, change is coming, change has come. Roll with it. That might be a good title for this reading, roll with it. I don't see this fragmentation that you are seeing as that bad a thing. I rather feel quite positive about it. It's like there's a metamorphosis, transmutation going on. And yes, you are shedding a lot of... shedding is probably the wrong... I feel like shedding is the right word, but... oh, how can I explain that one? Shedding basically some desires is what that 5 of Cups, wherever that was. Yeah. Yeah, 5 of Cups here. There's a few desires that they're not appropriate for right now. They are appropriate, just not for right now. And other people are seeing the immense amount of energy that you have, although that is a devil card, the structure that you've built, but you're maybe being a little bit too narrow, being a little bit too same as what I've been saying. Roll with it, adapt. I am not the first person to say this to you by the looks of all this. What I want to look at is, well, from the Mists of Avalon, firstly, we have the Dreamwalker card. Now, I think I'm going to, if I can see where I've put the book, I'm going to read this one out. That's not it. Because it holds an important lesson on the theme of this reading. So, when the Dreamwalker is your ally, dreams really can and do come true. Still, there are two kinds. Those of the small self and those of the divine. Spirit has a dream for you that is yours alone. And all you need to do is ask and it will unfold like magic. And that's where this delay, this wherever that Wheel of Fortune was that I saw as well. Oh, right underneath Fortune's wheel. Spirit's going, yeah, great idea. You've got the general idea. Now here's the details. And that's what the circumstances seem to be putting forward, as sort of a here's the details type energy presentation. Here's the details type presentation. So, I mean, a Taurus in motion is a difficult thing to stop. So you may have been slowed down, I do not believe, for one instance, with that Eight of Pentacles that's up here, Eight of Leviathans, that your momentum has ceased. It may have slowed down, but it's slowed down so that you can just change direction slightly. Because you appear to be worried about whether you can actually achieve victory in this, whether you can achieve victory in this path. And I think yes, but can you, you're worried that whether you can balance everything. And the fact is that yes, you can. You have to remember that it comes in cycles. You have to remember that it's going to involve presenting your dreams to people, that you're going to have to talk about not just what you have done, planning on doing, on the direction where you're headed. But you have that support here, and with that Three of Cups, wherever I saw it was, that support is there around you. Anyway, back to this Dreamwalker. You also play an important and unique part in the divine dreaming of the world. When you ask, is this the dream for me that serves the greater dream? The most beautiful vision for your life serves the highest good for others too. Just the ask of asking will immediately provide the answer. So I feel like there's a sense of there's an exasperation here that requires you to basically go, what do I do now then? But I'm not sure with this Six of Submersibles that you've quite reached that point of exasperation. I feel like it's more of this isn't what it was supposed to be. I wanted it like this. I wanted it like this. This isn't what it's supposed to be. Or as a phrase that I use sometimes, you know, that's not what the elders say. You know, there's that block just before you can actually, indicated by this Nine of Stars here. Bear in mind that is the Nine of Swords. This block that's that Taurian momentum preventing you from asking that question. And the question is as simple as, what now? Where do I go now? And then that answer will come. And let's be honest, with this Wheel of Fortune, that answer's already come. It's just, you're just like, but I didn't want to go that way. But it's not all that different from the way that you were planning to go. And at no point, even with this Five of Cups here seems very temporary. It's like, yeah, there's a few things that didn't mature. Remember what I was saying at the start of the reading, that there's good things have happened, just not the good things that you wanted to happen. I don't think that they're lost. They may be absent, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to happen, not going to come into play. Say like you're waiting for an insurance payout and it hasn't turned up this month. No, maybe February. You know, but that sort of thing, they're still there, but you need to refine what you are trying to achieve in line with what Spirits thinks is the best idea for you, because you probably know you can't argue with Spirit. They will get their way. Not that I'm speaking from experience at all there. Right, so here, what you're coming into, if there's this acceptance with the Lady of Engines nurturing what it is that you have created so far, and allowing King of Staves here for that slight shift in direction, you come to express your own power. The Magician card, bringing you that new beginning again. So we've got full card here on the bottom of the deck. Now we have the full card, Apprentice card, here on the top of the pile. So that full energy is coming up. So yes, this is a new beginning, but as I say, it's not that new. It's not that much different. And you have to prepare yourself, for this new beginning, because we've got the tower, the tower here, the burning tower here, and here the stricken tower. There's a lot of things that are going to fall away. So it's imperative that whatever this project is, you take the opportunity that of this slight change in direction, and there is success there for you with the Chariot and the Apprentice card. It is something that, yeah, it's a burden, but it launches rather than being stuck in harbour. You know, rather than being a stillborn project, it is something that is moving forward, is creating that momentum that you as a Taurian, once you've started moving, you like. But we have the... now I really like, this is the Three of Stars. So you would say, oh yeah, Three of Swords. But I always interpret this card very, very slightly different because of that cardinal cross that's on it. It's clearing the way. Clearing the way. So yeah, there's a few, it looks like there is some upset about this tower and this tower. But you are in a position, thanks to the work that you've done, if you've accepted this slight change in direction, slight, I keep emphasizing this, that you are able to protect that which you need, and you are therefore able to launch your new direction, new plan, new beginning, whatever it is. And the Fool card again. So this is, yes, you're going into new beginning energy. So there's a line in this spread. There's a line that represents the present, near as. So you've got a full card here, a full card here, and then this bottom row represents sort of like astrological forces, for want of a better phrase. And you've got a full card right at the end there. So it is opening up for you to really commit to something, for a staves here, but really commit to something that shows your skill, shows your talent, shows the power, wherever that magician card there, the power that you are able to express, you are able to use it in the better way. Because I also say that because we have, now excuse me while I work out how to pronounce this one, AEIL, card number 22 of the Oracle of Heaven and Hell, is an angel representing fame and renown, or at least the angel's astrological degrees represent fame and renown. And also it's building you up. This links into it. So card number 10, the Time Machine. Let me just double check because my brain's gone. What's number 10? So That's supposed to be the Wheel of Fortune, but I'm not reading it like that as either. It's like being able, with the Lovers, Four of Cups here, there's, if you have taken the choice to take the guidance of that slight change of direction, you are then able to go back and redo the bits that you've been waiting to happen recently. But the fact is that these bits that you've been waiting to happen that haven't happened recently, they are not important now. There's other things that need to be important now, and they will return in their importance, and they will return in their promise and their presence, you know. Not that their presence has actually been here so far, I don't think, but there's some things that you've been wanting to gain from that, where you will have a crystal clear vision of how to move forward, and you will achieve that balance that you're worried about whether you're going to have it or not, with an immense amount of change. Death card, Lady of Airships, so that would be Queen of Swords. But I feel like she's incredibly capable and expectant. She's the sort of person that can be really weigh you up with a glance, you know, be a really good judge of character, this one, but she has a mission to do, and her look is, does this help me or does this not help me? Now this is you going, does this help me or does this not help me? But this returning and able to then put into place the things that you're not able to put into the place now opens up if you accept this mild change of direction currently. So where are we? Let's have a look why you're struggling with this. So I mean, other than just general Taurian momentum, you've had a dream before and it got all stressy and all fell to bits, so that you're that's why you're so really nervous and stressing about the current dream. Am I able to get this done? But the truth is that with the right amount of work, oh, this is nice. You've seen new beginnings come before. You've had new beginnings come before where everything has ended up going your way, but only after that point of disaster. Now, the way things seem to be going right now is that you're not quite at that point of disaster, but you are really worried. There's almost like a, you know, it's going to happen any minute now, and no, it isn't. But remember what happened after the last time a dream fell to bits? Things started getting better. So this time things are going to be getting better as well. You've been led in this direction for a reason. Right, okay, I see. So we've got the Three of Stars here. Now, there's a few extra cards in my deck due to a printing error and what have you, or packing error or what have you. Tuttle were kind enough to send me the replacement cards of the ones I was missing, so which means I've still got a few duplicates. So there's an unearthing of something that began recently that has made you go, ooh, that hurts, and I feel like you've drawn back. And with this Three of Stars here being either side of the present, it's just like whatever it is that you've not quite dealt with is going to come around again as you start moving forward to enable you to finally clear it and pass it clear and move forward with what the number 3 says, that forward motion. So let's look at the final outcome here, because I've probably been waffling for way too long. So we have the moon voyage, which I assume is the moon, but there's that chariot aspect to this particular moon. Yeah, you may be going to a place that's barren, but that's because you are going there to make it fertile. You are going there to create something from nothing. And that's a good thing. This does look very work oriented. You know, there's a project oriented or work oriented. I would struggle seeing how you could relate it to a relationship question, but you might be able to. If it is a relationship question, things get better if you pick up the clues. So we have the Four of Wands here. So there's a right celebration, obviously. Four of Suns, sorry. Celebration, obviously, but also you have to accept it with a little bit of humility. You set out for one role, and the world has turned around to you and go, nearly, but what we really need you to do is this. And that sense of humility of you going, okay, I'll give that a go, because that allows you to then go back and be the person that you had wanted to be initially and be this new role. And no, that's not fragmenting, because you're only getting to do one thing at a time. And then finally we have the Nine of Coins. So again, there's that rebirth, but a practical one. So this is something very much focused on you and your efforts that you put in. Yeah, you've put plenty of effort into the original direction. Just be aware that as the world is offering you a chance to change your tracks, you need to change your tracks and go onto this slightly new line that takes you somewhere slightly different. That is actually really, really nice, Taurus. That is, as long as you listen to the hints that come forward, that is a really, really positive reading there for you. So if you haven't already, go and watch the lunar eclipse videos. Link is down below. Go and watch your lunar eclipse reading, certainly. And don't forget, moon sign, rising sign. In the opposite order, rising sign first. All right, cheers, Taurus.